Hello all, welcome back once again to another interesting story under the Azadi Kamrat Mahotsav story series by Momish Music. Today I'm going to take you to the youngest union territory in India. So people who follow the news obviously will know that I'm going to talk about Ladakh. Isn't it, my dear friends? So join with me in my journey towards Ladakh and we'll know more interesting facts about Ladakh. Ladakh, the name itself suggests that it's a land of high passes, isn't it? The place where you can see the cold, arid desert, cold winds that are blowing you out, rugged mountains, beautiful lakes, crystal clear glacial waters. I mean, if the nature tries to entice you with its beauty, then this is the one place where it uses all its arms to entice you. And being in Ladakh or traveling to Ladakh is not about just a travel adventure, it's about a feeling. You have to lose your part of your heart when you are there in Ladakh. So now let us understand what is it to be in Ladakh and what is the history of Ladakh. Ladakh, the first references of Ladakh were found not in the Indian history books, but unfortunately in the history books of the travel chronicles of the world famous travelers like Megasthenes, Herodotus, or Alexander. And although some of the inscriptions found in the Ladakh Valley indicate that in Ladakh is under the rule of Kushan Empire and it's started in existence right from the Indus Valley civilization onwards. And all of them have mentioned about the beauty of Ladakh, the bravery of the Ladakh people, how they had to fight a lot. I mean, the foreigners have to fight a lot with Ladakhis to actually enter into down south towards into the main Indian subcontinent through Kashmir, from Ladakh through Kashmir, Jammu, and all the other regions down south. Later onwards, the next reference for Ladakh can be found only during the Tibet history books, when the people have mentioned that Ladakh is a part of the Great Tibetan Empire, which was in existence during 12th to 14th centuries. Around 13th century, when the Great Tibetan Empire was on the decline, the Tibetan Empire started getting disintegrated into small kingdoms all over the place, right from the North Pakistan, Ladakh, some parts of North India, and all these places. And that is when the Namgyal dynasty started coming into existence. This Namgyal empire has been started by the king Lachen Bagan in 1460. And after that, they started ruling the Ladakh as their made Ladakh as their main base and started ruling from the current capital of Ladakh, which is nothing but Leh. And the first person who has taken Ladakh to its peaks or to its zenith is none other than Sengye Namgyal, who is also known as the Lion King of India. I mean, the Lion King of Ladakh. Let me not put it as India because at that time it's not all totally unified, right? We all know that every part of India is divided, is a princely state or a princely kingdom. So Sangin Namgyal is known to be is the Lion King. When there is an interesting story behind his name, it seems when Sangye Namgyal father went to seek blessings for his uh, unborn child. The day he got to know that his wife is pregnant, the Buddhist Lama, to whom he had gone to seek the blessings, had informed that that day night itself, he got a dream that queen has come out of the palace, and then he has seen a fearful white tiger jumping onto queen and entering into her stomach. So that gave him the indication that the gods have sent a lion baby, lion kid to safeguard Nangyal Empire, that is the Ladakh region, and take and give this kingdom a golden era period. So he mentioned to the king, Sengye Nangyal father, that he shouldn't be worried about his future generations. The reason why Sengye Namgyal father was kind of little worried at that point of time is Ladakh is actually situated in the middle of the Silk Road, and because of that, most of the small kingdoms and the big kingdoms surrounding Ladakh always wanted to have a upper hand on Ladakh so that they can make more money because of the Silk Route, as they collect taxes from all the travelers who are traveling through the Silk Route. And that is the reason, one of the reasons why Ladakh was always facing a lot of battles and had to always win, fight a lot of wars from Tibetans, Chinese, in the Pakistanis. At that time it is not Pakistan, it's Punjab. They had to fight with a lot of wars with Punjab and Balochistan, everywhere, from all the sides, in fact, and obviously from the down below from the Kashmir kings as well. Senge Nangmal luckily got a very good philosophical advisor or a religious teacher, you can call Tiger Lama. Tiger Lama and Senge Nangmal had become such an inseparable duo and formidable duo, in fact, that they gave a new status to Ladakh, and in fact they had taken Ladakh by hand into the golden era period, where Ladakh has progressed not only on the military side, expanding the empire, but also on the culture. They had given Ladakh its unique culture and traditions and roots, and they had expanded Ladakh in the economical way, in the administrative social way, every possible direction. They had worked hard to make what Ladakh is as of today. And under his rule only, Ladakh, they have expanded the Ladakh empire to all the way up till Spiti Valley down in the south towards Kashmir, from the Kashmir side, Karakoram in north, Baltistan in west, and Nepal in the east. They had almost got the original Ladakh back into place. He is the one who is the instrumental in building the current Leh Palace, which is being seen from anywhere in Leh. That's a formidable, beautiful structure of nine-storied building with the beautiful windows and wonderful architecture. Sengin Nangpal has a very artistic bent of mind, and he's the one who is behind establishing building a lot of beautiful monasteries, beautiful gompas, what they call the places of worship for the Buddhist monks. The Hemis Monastery, which is the most beautiful monastery in Ladakh, has been remodified and rebuilt by Sengye Nangpal and his friend Tiger Lama. And not only that, my dear friends, though he practiced Buddhism, he never said that people of other religions cannot stay in his kingdom, because obviously, with Punjab being around and a lot of Hindus and a lot of other Tibetans, everybody was staying in Ladakh at that point of time. So he encouraged Muslims to build their own places of worship. And he was actually a religiously very tolerant person who has given freedom for every individual to practice his religion of his liking. In that way, he was taking care of the people's interests as well, and he has promoted culture and basically he's in, he was a big pattern of arts, crafts, dance, the famous Ladakhi dancers, everything. And in fact, he got a lot of books also translated into the Ladakhi languages, and some of those books are still being stored in the museums attached to Hemis Monastery and to the Leh Palace. uh, After his rule, basically what happened is that the Mughals were at the peak period after 16th century, right? So Mughals um, came and tried to make friendship with the Namgyal kingdom, because they don't want to come for a war with the Namgyal kings. The reason being the difficult terrain to navigate. As already I told you, the travel loggers have already mentioned, right? Ladakh is such a difficult terrain to navigate, and also is filled with the brave Ladakhi warriors. Though the population is less at that point of time, everybody is a fighter and who was fighting for their own motherland. So that is the reason why people were a bit hesitant to set foot in Ladakh and fight. They know that they will not be able to win those kind of wars. So Mughal people have extended an arm of friendship, and because of their support, in fact, Namgyals have won a lot of wars with Tibet at that point of time. And then when Mughal Empire was like again getting disintegrated, Shere Punjab, Ranjit Singh has come and captured Ladakh, and Ladakh went into Punjab's rule for a certain time. But again, Britishers has taken over the Punjab, right? So that time Ladakh became a province under the Great British Empire. Finally, when India got independence, Ladakh went into the state of Jammu and Kashmir. And in 2019, with the current Ladakh Namgyal dynasty ruler, I mean, although he's not an official ruler because no kings and queens exist in India, Jamyang Wrestling Namgyal is the current descendant of the Namgyal dynasty. Because of his hard work and efforts, Indian government has declared in 2019 that Ladakh is a new union territory. Hopefully, with that decision, there we can see some good improvement in the condition of Ladakh, and people like us from the mainland India can go and definitely visit Ladakh and see the beautiful monuments and untouched natural beauty. Along with it, understand the cultural impacts of what Ladakh to us is all about. No wonder Ladakh is the first natural boundary line or defense line for us because of the brave warriors who are situated there. Most of the invasions from the crusaders who are traveling the Silk Route, Asian Silk Route, were stopped. So that's all is my story for today, my dear friends. Without Senge Nangmal, we wouldn't have been seen what Ladakh is today. And when you go and visit Ladakh, you wouldn't be seeing such a beautiful monuments are there, but you wouldn't hear such a beautiful culture. In fact, his dynasty kings are the ones who has also introduced agriculture, though done for a limited period of time in the in those high peaks of Ladakh. So there are a lot more to learn from them. So now one fun question for you all. For those people who have attended my Independence Day workshops about the unknown historical facts, for India would have seen this, but for other people, can you all tell me what is this animal? Who wrote about this animal? There is a very interesting fact about this animal, which is connected to the current state. I mean, Union Territory, which I'm talking, Ladakh. If you can find out that answer, please let me know in the comments. We'll meet next time tomorrow for another interesting story about another interesting place in India. Till then, bye bye. Take care.